Hey there, here's our notes for 2.3 additional earnings. So in certain jobs, people can earn additional money beyond what they get for their basic wage or salary. So what they get, per hour of work or per year of work. One of those is a bonus. So a bonus is an extra amount that you earn for a job that you've done well or for exceeding expectations. You can also get holiday bonuses, so like a Christmas bonus around holiday times, and is paid in addition to your regular pay or your overtime pay. It could be a lump sum or a percentage of what you earn. So people who work in remote areas might also earn an isolation allowance, which is kind of like a bonus for working in that area. So for example, if you're gonna work in Uranium City, really up north in Saskatchewan, it's isolated, so most people who work there get an isolation allowance. So extra money on top of their wage for working in that isolated area. So first example, Kirsten works during the summer as a supervisor of a children's program. She has a good reputation with the children, and her employer wants her to come back next year. So to try to entice Kirsten to come back, they're offering her a 15% signing bonus on top of her $3,600 that she gets per summer if she comes back next year. So how much will she get as a signing bonus if she does? So whenever we are needing to find a percent of some number, we just take that number, so in this case our money, so $3,600, and multiply it by our percentage as a decimal, so 0.15. So divide by 100 to turn that percentage into a decimal, so times 0.15. And we end up getting $540. So if she comes back next year, she gets an extra $540 as a signing bonus. Signing, not sighing. Okay, example number 2. So Mike receives isolation pay for working in Fort Mac, Alberta. If his regular pay is $4,535 a month and he's offered a bonus of 13% or $550 a month, which should he take? Now, this is easy to see. 13% of $4,535 we have to figure out. So let's figure that out first and then decide which one Mike should take. So same thing, our money, 4,535, times our percentage as a decimal, so 0.13. And we end up getting $589.55. Okay, which is more than that $550 a month. So Mike should probably take the larger of the two. So Mike should take the 13% bonus. Right. Tips is another kind of additional earning that you can get on top of your wages. So people who work in restaurants, hair salons, massage parlors, food delivery drivers usually earn some of their income in the form of tips, which is often paid in addition to what the minimum wage is. So usually these people don't get more than minimum wage, but they do get compensation in the form of tips. So in most restaurants, 15% is the average expected tip amount if your server has done a decent job. Like you should be giving them 15% of whatever your meal cost, your full meal cost was. So Paige is a waitress at Boston Pizza. She's paid $9.50 an hour. She works 5-hour shifts 3 times a week. On a typical day, her customers' bills total $750 before tips, and almost every customer tips her 15%. How much will she earn in wages and tips in 3 days? So first off, let's figure out how much tips that she earns in 1 day. So tips are paid on your amount of bills. So to find your tips, it's your bill amount multiplied by your percentage as a decimal. Okay, so that's how we find our tips. So our bill amounts are $750 in 1 day. So $750, and almost every customer tips are 15%. So we're going to do an estimate. So times 0.15, which is what 15% is as a decimal. So 750 times 0.15, we get $112.50. So that's how much tips that she earns in one day. Now, she's not just working one day, she's working 3 times a week. So she does 5-hour shifts 3 times a week. So we need to figure out how much tips that she earns in 3 days. So to figure out how much tips she earns in 3 days, we take that $112.50, just multiply it by 3, and we end up getting $337.50. Okay, so that is how much tips that she gets in 3 days. Now, amount paid in wage, so she works 5 hours, 5-hour shifts 3 times a week, so 5 hours 3 times a week, times how much she gets an hour. So she gets $9.50 an hour times 5 hours, and then times 3 times a week. Okay, and we get $142.50 in wages. So here's wages, here we have our tips. So our total pay is going to be whatever we would have made anyway if we didn't get tipped, plus our tips. So right here, so wages plus tips. So our wages are $142.50. Our tips are $337.50. And altogether, we end up with $480. Made in total for those 3 days. Now, you should be noticing one thing about this example. Paige is not getting paid minimum wage. Okay, so if this is in Boston Pizza in anywhere in Canada, $9.50 is below all the minimum wages. So this is an illegal wage. So I made these notes before minimum wage went up. So remember, our minimum wage in Saskatchewan right now, as of October 2019, is you should be getting paid at least, what is it, $11.32, I think. So if you're not getting paid that, like Paige here, your employer is breaking the law. Example number 4, we have Maya working as a local waitress in a local cafe in Saltcote, Saskatchewan. Yesterday, she made $120 in tips. If this was 15% of the bills she collected, how much were the bills? Okay, so we can reverse engineer how to figure out how much those bills were. There's actually a couple methods for doing this. I'll just show you one. So yesterday, she made $120 in tips. That was 15% of the bills she collected. How much were the bills? So how we usually find tips, if you remember. So to find our tips, it's our bill amount and then multiplied by our percentage as a decimal. Okay, so to find out how much her bills were, we can just solve for bills. So divide by our percentage, and our bill amount will be our tips divided by whatever our percentage as a decimal. Okay, that might be something you want to put in your math tracker as well as this one. Okay, so putting it in. So tips, she made $120 in tips, and 15% as a decimal is 0.15. So 120 divided by 0.15, and we get $800. So she sold $800 worth of food. That. Okay, there's also shift premium. So some people can earn extra money based on the time of day they work or the actual day they work. So if you work for the Saskatchewan government, For example, you can get extra pay on the weekends. You can get extra pay after certain hours, depending on your job. Like if you're working, for example, before 8 or after 8 or something like that, you can get what's called a shift premium. So Dave works as a delivery driver for Purolator. Drivers are offered a shift premium if they drive the night shift. So the night shift for Purolator is anytime after 8 p.m. to deliver parcels by 9 the next morning. So Dave's schedule last week was as follows. So Monday, he worked from 12 to 6 p.m. Tuesday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Thursday, 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Friday, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. His regular pay is $13 an hour, and his shift premium is $5 an hour on top of that. Okay, so he gets an extra $5 an hour. How much did he make last week? So yeah, if he was getting $5 an hour, that's super under the minimum wage. So an extra $5 an hour. So we're going to split these up into the number of hours he worked regular pay and the number of hours he worked premium pay to see how much he earned just regularly and how much he earned on his shift premium. So anytime after 8. So 12 to 6, no amount of these hours are after 8. So I'm going to put regular hours over here and premium hours on this side. So here, just worked 6 regular hours on Monday. So Monday, 6 regular hours. Tuesday, 8 to 5 p.m. Once again, not working after 8. So no shift premium hours here. So none, none, and then 8 to 5 is 9 hours on Tuesday. On Wednesday, he worked from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Okay, so 7 p.m. to 8, and then 8 to 2 a.m. So we're going to split this up into regular time, which was 7 to 8, because after 8, he starts getting shift premium. So 1 hour regularly. And then we have 6 hours from 8 to 2 a.m. that he gets that premium. Okay, Thursday, 1 to 10. Oh, working past 8, so 1 to 8. We get 7 hours on Thursday, 7 regular hours, and 8 to 10, 2 shift premium hours. Friday, working from 4 to 9. Okay, so 4 to 8, he gets regular pay. So 4 to 8 is 4 hours. And 8 to 9 is 1 shift premium hour. Okay, so taking a look, Monday, worked 6 regular hours, Tuesday 9, Wednesday 1, Thursday 7, Friday 4. So altogether, 27 hours of regular pay. So to find his regular income, remember it's just going to be whatever your wage is times the amount of hours you worked. So the wage, regular wage, is $13 an hour times 27 hours, and we get $351. Regular. Now, premium pay, so no premium hours on Monday, none on Tuesday, 6 on Wednesday, 2 on Thursday, and 1 on Friday. So altogether, 9 hours working that premium shift. So premium income is still going to be wage times hours. But to find our wage, it's going to be whatever he makes regularly. So 13 plus that shift premium. Okay, so regular plus that shift premium for $18 an hour. Okay, so on that shift premium, you get $18 an hour, work 9 hours, so it gets $162. Earns $162 for that. Now to find your total income, it's going to be what you get regularly plus whatever you get for your shift premium. So we earned $351 doing regular hours and $162 for that shift premium. So altogether, $513 is earned. All right, so you should be ready to do your assignment.